Do you remember this? It is an inconvenient truth, especially for those global warming fanatics. If you don't remember this, let me refresh your memory. Back in the summer of 2013, the ill-fated Spirit of Mawson expedition to Antarctica in the Akademik Ioffe, this is the ship, it set out to bring attention to global warming and unfortunately got stuck in record ice. Now, it was so bad that even the rescuers got stuck. So much sea ice in the Antarctic that summer that they got stuck for a long time. And then even when rescue came, it was this far away. Look. Sorry to report, this is the 27th. The Snow Dragon couldn't even get through, but standing up for other vessels helped. So they couldn't even get an icebreaker through because of so much sea ice that the research propaganda crews never did anything scientific. Now, we have another winner, and this time in the Arctic. And right now, a few weeks ago, a student propaganda cruise to the Arctic was going to be carried by webcast from August 23rd to September 13th. And what we're talking about is the Northwest Passage project, exploring a changing Arctic. Unfortunately, not a warming one. Now, the Northwest Passage project participants were set to sail into the passage in tradition of the polar explorers. Commencing in August of 2018, the Northwest Passage Project propaganda piece was going to embark on a 22-day expedition aboard the state-of-the-art ice-class research vessel, Akademik Ioffe, departing from Resolute Bay, then traveling south and west to Cambridge Bay via Bellot Strait. The Akademik Ioffe will return to Lancaster Sound and Pond Inlet before traveling down the east side of Baffin Island, with several stops along the way. Finding a Northwest Passage, a northern water route shortcut between the Atlantic and Pacific, has long been the obsessive quest of explorers and navies. For over 400 years, in fact, more than 100 ships carrying thousands of mariners sailed into the Arctic to probe its waters and trek its shores. And a warming climate and subsequent ice melting has opened up the Northwest Passage during the summer months. Yes, and people are swimming in those open waters in thongs with the dolphins. It's profoundly changing the Arctic. There is unprecedented global interest in all of this, in this once impenetrable region. Yes. Nonsense. Total nonsense. In fact, they didn't even make it a day. Predictably, this happened according to the Facebook page. On the morning of August 24th, just 24 hours after the expedition set sail in the Akademik Ioffe, the vessel carrying the participants of the National Science Foundation funded Northwest Passage project being conducted by the University of Rhode Island should be ashamed of themselves, and others became grounded. Now that's what they claim in the Western Gulf of Boothia, barely getting anywhere and conducting zero research. Now, they claim the ship has been floated, everyone has been removed from the ship and is sent back home, and nothing got done on the millions wasted. But according to the Coast Guard, due to heavier than normal ice concentrations in the Canadian Arctic waters north of 70, where the ship ran aground, quote unquote, the Canadian Coast Guard recommends that pleasure craft filled with global warming ash charts do not navigate in the Beaufort Sea, Barrow, Peel Sound, Franklin Strait, and Prince Regent, because CCG icebreakers cannot safely escort these craft. Now, operators of pleasure craft considering a Northwest Passage should also consider the Grand Solar Minimum. And that's a boom, because you can't get through there. This is the picture of the idiots all saved. that didn't even look at the data. Now, if they came over here to the Danish Meteorological Institute, they could see that Arctic sea ice volume is at record highs, well above multi-decadal averages. And they could also see that the region in question that they were going to be exiting and moving around has something called purple and pink ice. What color is that? Oh, that's between 1 meter and 5 meters. The entire area they were looking at is filled with ice right at the beginning here. And they were going to move through all this 1 to 5 meter ice, and then and all they had to do was look at the chart. But apparently that's too much. And according to Delingpole Fake News, Guardian issues a fatwa on climate deniers. Yeah, that's us, the people who know that there's ice in the Arctic and that these ships are wasting millions of dollars and accomplishing nothing but embarrassing students, embarrassing universities, embarrassing higher learning centers, and embarrassing the powers that be that donate the money to these idiots. There's one now, right here. Climate change kills. Yeah, it kills people that try to go through a melted Arctic when the ice is 5 meters thick. That we know. It would kill them. And hopefully this guy, at some point, climate change will kill him. Deniers should no longer have a voice in public debate because basically they're the same as flat earthers and people who don't believe that smoking causes cancer. Well, my mother died of cancer from smoking, so I believe that. And I also know the earth is round. I'm also not denying climate change. I believe that climate change is a natural cycle driven by the sun. But if you wear glasses like this, apparently you have a brain infarction that makes it incapable for you to think logically. Let's talk about logical thinking. I predicted a major earthquake in the Fiji region 2 days ago because of blot echo and 4.4 magnitude. And then we had blot echo at 5.7 about 12 hours ago at 594 kilometers, followed by this major 7.1 in New Caledonia. So, if you're picking up what we're putting down, we're using logic to predict large earthquakes. Who would have thunk it? Hope you got something out of the video. Don't try to go to the Arctic. The next person that tries to go to the Arctic because all the ice is melted, please check the graph. Yes, and that's an inconvenient truth. Yep. Wah, wah.